Alright, so I just got done watching the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie, and I want to give you my honest opinions. It is abysmal dog trash. If you want to watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie and you enjoy the franchise, go watch the movie. Don't watch this review. Don't listen to the Metacritic score. Don't listen to any score. I say Metacritic. Don't listen to Rotten Tomato. Don't listen to any of that. Don't. It will bog your interpretation of what is and still is just Five Nights at Freddy's. But I think the movie is perfect in the fact of the matter that it doesn't care. The movie doesn't care about any of your interpretations of the lore. It doesn't care about anything like that. So what I'm going to do here is not going to be a spoiler for your review. I was thinking I could talk about the movie and give my thoughts and not give spoilers. Nope, can't do that. Not even possible because I just saw the movie. So I'm just going to talk about the movie. That's what I'm going to do. Just talk about everything. So I need you to power down the animatronics. Silence the distorted music box. Let's talk about The Dream. The collective decade-long NyQuil and ADHD-fueled dream we've all been having. Let's talk about the movie that didn't try to interpret that dream. Didn't even try to interpret the dream. It just filmed outside, the inside of the dreamer's skull while he was having it. This movie makes 0 sense, and I would like to talk about it. Let's establish a baseline before we even begin to talk about the movie. This is a baseline reality. There is no Five Nights at Freddy's lore. Period. There is none. It doesn't exist. You can have ideas. You can have guesses. Theories is what they call it. It's just theories of many people having different interpretations of vague clues. There are facts. There are dates, names, tragedies, a purple guy, some bites, some missing children. Lore? There is no lore. Lore implies a coherent narrative, a structure, a spine. What FNAF has is a skeleton, and not even a fully assembled one. It's mangled. It's a mangle. That's what it is. That's what the entirety of FNAF is. It's a box of mismatched bones from different species, and we, the fandom, have spent 10 years desperately trying to build a dinosaur object, while Scott Cawthon periodically tosses in a new bone. Whether it be from a whale and a chicken wing, who knows what it is? Who knows? The movie understands this on a primal level. It doesn't adapt the lore. It adapts the feeling of interacting with the lore. That is what the movie does. It's a blurry photocopy of a conspiracy board that was a dream drawn on a wet napkin during a power outage. That's the best way I could possibly describe it. It approaches story like someone trying to recite a complicated family secret they only overheard once while drunk in a foreign language. The details are soft. The connections are speculative. The confidence is utterly unearned and yet compelling somehow because it's a secret. It's a secret. This is the canon. The canon is a vibe, a loose, terrifying, contradictory vibe. That is the entirety of what this movie is. So, I just want to give you a big spoiler warning, big spoiler. This is a big spoiler. This is where the big spoiler comes in. There are two Michaels. Why? There's two Michaels. One is our protagonist, Mike Schmidt. He's the one with the little girl, all that jazz. He's there with Abby. That's fine. A man so haunted by his own past that he's basically a walking jump scare. Oh, he's there. The other is Michael Afton, who, if you've been paying attention to the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's in any theory video, Mike Schmidt and Michael Afton are the same person, but not in the movie. No, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. The film presents them as separate entities. What? I'm not even sure why that happened. And it's not even a mistake either. They consciously made this decision. They say, yeah, I got an idea. What if there was two of them? What two be? Why? This is maybe meta commentary. It's the movie looking at the fandom split down the middle on a fundamental identity question and saying, you know what? Have both. You're both right. Or neither is. Who cares? Who cares? Here's a buy one get one free deal on narrative confusion. It acknowledges that the canon is not a single timeline, but it's somehow a quantum superposition of all possible timelines. Every theory exists simultaneously until observed. By giving us two Michaels, it refuses to collapse the wave function. It's the most intellectually honest and most narratively brain-dead thing it could have done. It wants everybody to be right. Oh my god, Vanessa. Let's talk about Vanessa. So in the game, she pops up in Security Breach. She's there in Security Breach, and she's a late addition with some connection to the killer. She's come out connected to William Afton, Matthew Lillard. But in the movie, she is the human embodiment of a lore dump. She is the living, breathing FNAF wiki. That's what she is. That's all she does the entire movie. She just drops lore stuff. She was actually the puppet. She's actually this. And this is actually, I made a security thing. I actually have the code for the perimeter. The film makes her the emotional centerpiece. The lore keeper, the secret daughter, the cop, the guide, the damsel, and the deus ex machina. It's as if the screenwriters pointed at the most ambiguously defined character in the entire franchise and said, she'll figure it out. Put all the emotional weight on her. She can handle it. She's got it. And the tragic part is, she can't. No one could. No one could do that. The weight she's asked to carry isn't a coherent character arc. It's the accumulated, unresolved speculation of 10,000 YouTube deep dives. She is a theory vessel, and she is overflowing with all these theories. And the whole film is this aesthetic of almost remembering. The film's entire plot has the energy of a kid trying to draw a map of their hometown from memory, but they've only ever seen it from the backseat of a car at night. You get Freddy's, you get animatronics, you get a guy in a yellow suit, you get it's me, you get the general shape of the terror, but every specific is just off, right? It's dream logic. The rules are basically suggested, then broken. The chronology is suggested. Circus Baby pops up in the movie for 10 seconds in a fever dream Vanessa run through for some odd reason that I can't even describe. I enjoy they made the Circus Baby animatronic in the movie. That was cool. It's a paraphrase of a story that was itself a rumor, and it delivers this paraphrase with the stone-faced seriousness of the historical drama. Side note, all the acting sucks. I think Matthew Lillard did an okay job, but he only popped up for 45 seconds. I'm not even joking. He had 45 seconds of dialogue. It's so weird because the kids suck, the adults suck, nobody delivers their lines good, and I think I love it. It's really bad. And it's not even encapsulated. It's this stylistic, oh my god, verisimilitude. Is that the word I'm looking for? Verisimilitude. I believe that's what I'm looking for. It's strange. It's a cacophony. It's a cornucopia. This is exactly what it feels like to be deep in the FNAF fandom. You are constantly assembling a narrative from fragments you're only 60% sure you understand correctly, and you have to present your findings with absolute confidence, or the whole fragile edifice collapses. That's what the whole movie is. It's some goober, some Google schmeck trying to say, yeah, I know everything about the FNAF lore. I can tell you what's going on. So Vanessa is actually William Afton's daughter, right? And Mike Schmidt is actually different from Michael Afton, because Mike Schmidt, he was in the first game, so he can't be the same as Michael Afton, who obviously appeared as the purple guy. And the kids actually ganged up on, I think, William Afton, and there may have been in the suits, may have not, may have been a ghost. Who knows? Oh yeah, by the way, Circus Baby's there. Circus Baby, yeah, Circus Baby's from Sister Location. It's not, nothing makes any sense. I want to be crystal clear when I say this, and I don't want anybody correcting me in the comments because I know I'm right and it messes me up. Nobody knows the FNAF timeline. Not really. Not really. It's less of a chronology and more a collage of tragedies viewed through the static of a faulty security camera is the best way I can describe it. So let's say the bite of 83. 87? Does it matter? Does it matter if it was 83 or 87? The movie wisely understands that it does not. Anchoring itself to a date, a year, a concrete sequence of events will be a betrayal of the source material's essential nature. We don't know. As a fandom, we don't even know what's in the box. Remember at the end of, I think it was FNAF 4, the one where you by the nightmare animatronics, and it said there's something in the box. Some people theorize that the box actually holds the Ultimate Custom Night, and the box is this machination of holding the souls of William Afton to torture him so he gets tortured by all his creations. Some people do that. They think he's on purgatory. Some people say that Old Man Consequences is the most important thing from FNAF world. Who knows? It floats. It exists in a perpetual, sometimes in the 80s or the 90s or a nightmarish amalgam of every decade since the 70s. It's not set in a time period. It's set in the memory of a time period. The era is fog. The location is liminal space. The logic is the logic of a faded newspaper clipping. I don't think the movie failed to give us a timeline. It succeeded in replicating the franchise's chronological agnosticism. That's the inherent lie Scott Cawthon's accidental genius. Oh, I gotta talk about him. Here it goes. He didn't create a story. He created a narrative Rorschach test. He built a haunted house and then removed the floor plants, locked the doors, and gave everybody a different key that may or may not fit. The lore is so intentionally contradictory, so self-referential, and yet self-negating that it is impossible to be wrong. Period. It is, any version can be true. Any theory can be canon, because canon is not a set of facts. It is a mood. It's a feeling of dread in a dark hallway. It's the pareidolia of seeing a face in the shadows. The movie leans into the glorious chaos. It throws characters, names, and concepts at the wall with the attitude of, yeah, that might be true. This also might be true. Why not both? Why not neither? In doing so, it proves that you, Scott Cawthon, have won. You have created a story that is critic proof because it is definition proof. You can't accuse it of being inaccurate. You can only accuse it of not matching your personal interpretation of the infinite void. That's it. That is it. I think this movie is the movie the entire fandom deserves. Because a traditional adaptation seeks to clarify, to streamline, to answer. The movie understands that to answer a single question, one, would be to break the spell. So it answers none of them. Because the magic of Five Nights at Freddy's is not in the solutions. It's in the mystery itself. The product is not the story. The product is the argument, the theorizing, the late night wiki crawls, the YouTube essays, the Reddit threads where people scream into the void about Remnant and Agony and Bone Guy's identity. The movie doesn't clarify who the crying child is. It just introduces a new crying child with a new tragic backstory. It doesn't solve old memories or mysteries. It gives you brand new, shinier mysteries to obsess over, while the old ones continue to fester beautifully and wither in the background. It is the cinematic equivalent of a software update that doesn't fix any bugs, just adds new, more aesthetically pleasing bugs. That's it. That's all it does. On the drive home, I was talking to my wife about this, right? We're pissed. We didn't get... What is the purpose of the movie besides to just make me pissed and talk about this more? Because I'm dedicating... It's been 20 minutes. I've been here for 20 minutes. This movie is definitely a love letter. It mimics the process of being a fan. The confusion, the confidence, the splicing together of half-remembered details, the acceptance of contradiction, the sheer unadulterated vibes-based analysis. It feels like guessing because it is guessing. We are all guessing. MatPat is making, or was making, an entire career out of elegant, passionate guessing. Scott is the oracle whose prophecies are delightfully ambiguous. The movie is the first piece of official media to look directly into the camera of fandom and say, "You're right, None of this makes sense. It's not supposed to. Now, want to watch these animatronics do a silly dance before they eviscerate someone? Cool. Want to watch Freddy, Chica, Bonnie, Foxy's there? Huh? And they have this Avengers Endgame ass end sequence. Oh my god, it's a messy, inconsistent, lore oblivion. It's so stupid. And in being all these things, I think it is the most authentic Five Nights at Freddy's experience possible. Right? It's the most authentic movie I've ever seen. Because the true horror of Five Nights at Freddy's was never just the jump scares. It was the terrifying, glorious realization that the story you were trying to solve was an optical illusion, a puzzle with missing pieces from other puzzles, a haunting without a ghost, just the echo of a story that might never have been told correctly in the first place. The movie didn't adapt the lore, it didn't adapt the franchise, it adapted the fandom, it adapted the lobotomy, and for that it is a perfect, magnificent failure. A love letter in crayon on the back of a receipt that you didn't know you had by a hand that may or may not exist. This movie was beautiful. I recommend you go see the movie. I had a great time with the movie. So yeah, that's my review of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Let me know your thoughts about the movie after you go see it. I have a Patreon if you guys want to help. Bada, whatever. It's linked in the top comment. Have a lovely day or night wherever you're at. I'm out. Peace. Bye.
I'm your Nick and night, be my Laurel. Ooh, happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. Ooh, I love the ride when you're free.